Every day, business owners are trying to scale their businesses and build authority with YouTube, and 99% of them never make it. But the 1% of business owners on YouTube found an unfair advantage that helps them stay ahead of everyone else. And I know this because I personally use the same unfair advantage for myself and my clients to generate qualified sales calls every single month through YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's working right now. That way you have everything that you need to know to get ahead of 99% of business owners on YouTube. By the end, you know how to use YouTube to build authority, shorten sales cycles, and how to generate qualified sales calls every single month without relying on paid ads or burning out on content creation. Let's get into it. The first thing that you need to understand to get ahead of 99% of business owners on YouTube is to understand who is your ideal avatar. Without understanding who you're speaking to, we won't be able to understand their desires, fears, motivators, and actually see what they want to get out of this content. So again, the more you speak to them, the more views, the more calls, and at the end of the day, more money for your business. So let's say, for example, you target women over 40 who are trying to lose 10 to 20 pounds of body fat. Again, this is your ideal customer. Let's say you're a business owner trying to scale his business with content creation or cold email, and you basically make content specifically for this type of person. The more you understand who you're targeting, the more targeted content you will be able to create. So how do you exactly do that? First, you need to understand their online behavior, how they speak, do they say clients or customers, scale or grow, their fears, their motivators, their desires, their pains, and their demographic. By demographic, I mean age, income level, business stage, and you get the idea, right? When you basically get all of this information, you can ask ChatGPT to come up with it, or you can write it yourself. It's up to you, but with the use of AI, everything becomes so much easier. So when you understand your ICP, things become so much easier in terms of ideation, content creation, and everything else. Then we have the second most important thing is what makes you a one of one, basically your moat. What is different from you and your competitors, and why should I choose you over them? So this is something that the top 1% leverage, and it just makes them unreplicable. You need to think of it this way. What would the competitors struggle to copy about your approach? Basically your unique story, your life experience, your business success, and what makes you stand out. So for unique stories, what happened to you that didn't happen to others? Again, it can be something about your background, your family, your friends, something that made you successful. Again, your life experience can come into this background, failures, unexpected experiences that had a XYZ result for your personal growth or your business growth. Then you have business success, something that people cannot replicate. Let's say you work with a specific brand, a software company, something that is super rare and nobody can copy it, right? You work with, let's say, 120 brands doing cold email for them, or you are a content agency working with the biggest name in the space. This is something that they cannot replicate, and you should be implementing it into your whole brand. And finally, what makes you stand out? Your controversial takes, your unusual background, or your specific methodology. This is what people nowadays like to call a personal brand. Again, this is what makes you different. How you position yourself, how you carry yourself on camera will determine how you want to be perceived. If you want to be a business owner, you need to be professional. You don't need to speak like a child. You're not going to be on camera being super energetic and speaking that cringe way. You'll be super precise with what you're speaking, how you say it, and that's it. So if you want to book sales calls directly from YouTube channel without handling the whole process of coming up with ideas, writing the scripts, hiring video editors, thumbnail designers, you can just show up and record a video. You can click the first link in the description and book. Most business owners get wrong. They nail their positioning and they understand their ICP perfectly. They completely mess up their content strategy. So now we need to move to the third step, which is content creation. So I want to mention something super important, right? A lot of business owners get this wrong. Based on your funnel, you need to be creating different type of content. So that way you can appeal to your ICP, qualify them, and eventually nurture them and convert them. So the first funnel that I want to break down is if you already have multiple client acquisition channels. What I mean is if you already run paid ads, Instagram Reels, TikTok Shorts, or email lists, or YouTube Shorts, you have all of this top of the funnel traffic that is super cold, unqualified, and basically they're not trusting you, they don't know who you are, they don't know your systems. So what you do right now, to your calendar link, and you just let them book a call with you, right? They come on the calls unqualified and not ready to buy from you. So what would be different if you actually funnel all the traffic to your YouTube channel? Let me explain. So right now, You need to prioritize your middle and bottom of the funnel content over your top of the funnel because you already have top of the funnel content from these platforms. You shouldn't prioritize this. You should be making only middle of the funnel content, basically content that is educating and nurturing your leads, and bottom of the funnel content where you convert people with case studies and client interviews. Now you may be asking why I should do that. First, you already have that attention. Now it's time to convert that attention into paying customers because again, if you post 30-second reels or 60-second ads, you won't be able to build the same trust where you post 10 to 30, let's say minutes YouTube videos, break down your exact systems, process, client results. You can see how powerful it is and how you can make a lot more money with it. Again, YouTube shortens the whole sales cycle. This isn't a debate, so you need to that into account. Now here's a quick example. I recently had a call with a trading coach. On the call he was explaining his content creation, his whole funnel, how it works, and he shared something really interesting. He told me that he right now is running only top of the funnel content. What I mean is TikTok, Instagram, and paid ads. He said, yeah, I'm getting leads, but the quality of the leads is super bad. They're super low quality, they're completely uneducated and unqualified, but they just come on the calls because they think that my coaching is free and is not paid. So you can get an idea how he would benefit from adding YouTube into his whole funnel, where the whole idea here with the YouTube is to nurture those leads, come from top of the funnel, then he's going to funnel them to the bottom of the funnel where they get converted, and that's the whole idea. Now, you may be asking how would YouTube fix this? Okay, let me explain. You can create 10 to 30 YouTube videos specifically for your ICP. These kind of videos have unlimited shelf life, basically evergreen assets that are never going to die. For example, if you take TikTok or Instagram, they basically have a 48 hours of lifetime. Again, the moment they go viral, they die off and nobody remembers them. With YouTube, you make an evergreen asset. It's going to be always ranking in search, which means that if the video ranks on YouTube search, going to be ranking on Google because Google owns YouTube and Google is the biggest search engine on the planet. The second one is YouTube, which is the same thing. That means that you're already ranking on two different search engines. So when someone searches up who is Kris, I'm going to be coming up on the top of the search because I have YouTube videos that are specifically made to come up on top of Google or YouTube search. Then pre-educate and pre-qualify your leads before they ever talk to you. And I want to mention something super important. Views are not equal. Again, a 30-second reel cannot build the same trust as a 10-minute video solving your ideal avatar problems. And if you use the 7-hour rule, you can see how powerful YouTube is. So someone needs to consume about 7 hours of your content before they trust you enough to buy from you. So it doesn't have to be 7 hours exactly. If you do the math, 7 hours of short form is like how many? 100 reels, 200 reels? I don't know. The whole idea is that you just need to create 10 to 15 YouTube videos that specifically target your ICP, and that way you can speak to them and convert them and start making money with YouTube. Now that I broke down the first funnel, which is mostly for people that have a lot of top of the funnel content, break down the second funnel that is working for some of our clients because everyone is different, they have different needs. So the second funnel is if you only have one channel of client acquisition. Here is how it works. This funnel is a little harder to grow with, but again, it's not the end of the world. It just takes a little bit of time. Since you don't have the top of the funnel traffic from Instagram, TikTok, your email list, and so on, you need to actually generate it in YouTube with a top of the funnel videos. With the whole idea here is to get as much eyeballs to the channel and then funnel it to the middle and bottom of the funnel content. Let's say now your content funnel is something like this. You have Instagram, you have your email list or outreach, and what you do is when someone wants to book a call with you, you just funnel them to your Calendar link. No qualification, no pre-education, no building trust, no report. You basically have cold leads in your pipeline every single day, wasting time on sales calls, trying to explain the same systems, process, and trying to build trust with them in a 30-minute call. And you can imagine what will happen if you add YouTube to your whole funnel. What you need to do is what type of content you should be making. Now you have an idea of the funnel, now the content. So the first type of videos that you need to be making is your top of the funnel videos. These are your how-to videos, videos that basically solve a specific problem that your ICP is always searching for. So this is basically a broad awareness content, which means that this is content with a big TAM. What a TAM is a total addressable market. You get it? There is a big total addressable market. So there is a lot more people that are willing to watch your videos. They're search optimized and they address common problems that your ICP is facing every single day. Now, what they do? First, they get eyeballs to your channel, and second, you funnel the traffic to the middle and bottom of the funnel content. Again, if you make only videos that are super niche down and you get only 100 views, 50 views, it's not enough to get those people to convert, right? You want to get a little bit attention to your whole channel and then funnel it to your qualified prospects. So here's a few examples of a top of the funnel content: how to come up with video ideas that close high ticket clients, how to make thumbnails that close high ticket clients, and how to script a YouTube video to generate leads. Who these videos are for? First, these are for prospects who are problem aware and unaware of your product. And then is unaware and product aware type of people, right? These are the prospects that don't know your product, unaware that this actually is something. They don't know this kind of business model, these systems. They're just basically a beginner. Type of videos are the biggest total addressable market in any niche because beginners are 80% of any niche, right? So first, with this kind of videos, we target unaware and problem aware people. Problem aware means someone knows that he has a problem. I need to come up with video ideas. I need clients. I need to start YouTube, right? You get all these problems. He knows that he have a problem. Now he needs a solution to that problem, which is where the middle of the funnel type of videos comes in. These type of videos are authority builders, educational videos, and belief breaking videos. What they do? These videos build trust and nurture leads, demonstrate your unique process and systems, and position you as the authority and as the obvious choice in your niche. Here's a few examples. Don't hire an in-house video editor until you watch this video. I've studied thousands of YouTube videos. This will book your calls, and the only 3 YouTube videos you need to generate leads. With all these videos, I'm educating you and nurturing you. Now I'm here, I'm showing you don't do this instead. Becoming to about editing and how to properly manage and hire editors. Then you have I've studied thousands of videos. That means that I've actually put in the time and the effort to research the niche, watch all the videos, and get as much insights as possible. And the only YouTube videos you need to generate. And as you can see, I'm not showing you how to do it step by step, but I'm showing you why you should be doing it. These are for prospects who are solution aware and they know there is a solution to their current problem. Now we moved one step or one stage from stage 2 to stage 3, which is solution aware. This is for a problem that they already know they have a problem, but they finally found a solution to that problem. So now that we know how to create a top of the funnel and middle of the funnel content, we need to create content for our prospects, which are the most educated and warm leads, which is going to be your bottom of the funnel content. So these are case studies and client interviews. What they do, they prove that your systems and claims actually worked, that you promised in your middle of the funnel. Show prospects people who are in their exact situation a few months ago and now they're living their dream outcome. Again, this is a case study video where someone was from 0 to 10K a month using your systems, your processes. You can see how powerful that is. You're showing to prospects how they can use your system and start making money. And again, finally, you handle any final objections. Basically, people who are on the fence before working with you. Here are a few examples. Case study from 0 to 10K a month in 6 weeks with AI assisted agency. This is from Daniel Fazio, as you can see. Then we have Jordan Welch, how he made 100K from one YouTube video. This is pretty simple. He's breaking down a case study from his own experience. And we have Iman Ghazi, how he made 92 million with digital products, so you can just copy me. You can see he's again breaking down his own case study, something that he achieved and he can definitely achieve for other people. So these videos are for prospects who are product aware and they want to make sure you're the right fit for their needs. So again, these are the type of leads that are product aware and most aware. These are basically the gold mine that you should be looking for. These are pre-educated, nurtured, and educated leads that already trust you and you already have authority with them. So that means that the moment they hop on a call with you, they're basically closed. That is it. If you notice it that if you actually implement YouTube into your funnel, you'll notice the calls are so much easier. Your sales team is basically never having to do all the qualification, all the stuff. You basically need to record them and start sending those videos into your pre-call sequences. So now that you know who you're speaking to, you now have your positioning, basically what makes you unique, and finally you have your exact content creation system that you can input into your funnel and start making money. The fourth step is packaging. This is where most business owners think packaging doesn't matter because they're into a B2B. They're absolutely wrong. Even your ideal client scrolls past boring titles and thumbnails. So it doesn't matter how good you are on camera, how much value you provide into your videos if you don't package them correctly. What I mean is, if nobody clicks on your video, you won't be able to showcase your authority, your expertise, and knowledge inside of the video. So we first need to dial in this so we can actually get those qualified sales calls. So here's the reality. Thumbnails get attention, title get a click, together they determine if your videos get watched. I want to break down the rules that we use at Channel Flow to basically get insanely good thumbnails that get the click or basically gets attention. So first, you need to use max 3 objects, your face plus 1 to 2 other elements. Then you need to use max 35 words of text. They need to be high contrast, clean, and readable on mobile. Now, I want to give you a few examples with Alex Hermosi, which is the biggest creator in the business niche. So, as you can see, here is 4 of his biggest YouTube videos on his channel. 4.4 million views, 3.9 million views, and 3.5 million views, and same numbers as you can see. So, for the first thumbnail, you can see that there is only one object, which is his face. There is nothing else here, but you can notice how high contrast this thumbnail is, and is standing out compared to the other thumbnails. So we have the second thumbnail is, as you can see, here is the first object, which is basically Alex. Then you have the second object, which is this full blueprint, and again max 3 to 5 words. It's not exactly that many words, but sometimes rules are meant to be broken, so take that with a grain of salt. This kind of contradicts my earlier point, but sometimes it's kind of a good thing to test out and see if the video will perform. Then we have the third video, which is basically, as you can see, super high contrast. You have one object, which is Alex. We have the second object, which is this Twitter handle, and you have 4 words. Again, he's getting all this right. Then you have a thumbnail, which is basically super contrasty. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 objects, which is pretty nice. And then you have a title, or we have 3 words, right? 1, 2, 3. You'll get the point, and that is why these videos perform insanely well. So now that you know how to create thumbnails that actually get attention, we need to create titles that gets the click. So here are a few notes. Use proven structures, spin them into your niche, and create curiosity. Don't give everything away. Your titles should create open-up questions when someone looks at them or reads the title. As you can see, so first the thumbnail gets our attention, and then we read the title. How to get so rich, you question the meaning of making money. Again, this appeals to a broader type of audience because only beginners would want to know how to get so rich, right? 13 years of brutally honest advice, business advice in 90 minutes. Sell to the rich. This is something pretty obvious, but you don't know how to do it, so he's basically breaking it down. You need to use proven title structures. What I mean by that is you need to use titles that were proven with backed up data and worked in many niches. So what I did for you is I gave you 50 proven title formats that are working for our clients and in all different niches. So make sure to screenshot this and use it in your next videos. Again, make sure to use it in your own niche. Don't just copy and paste it, make it your own. So the next thing is I want to give you some examples. So the video that you're watching right now is basically inspiration from this video from Alex Hermosi, which is how to get ahead of 99% of people. I use it in my own video, which is how to get ahead of 99% of business owners on YouTube. So you can see how I implemented this proven title into my niche. So I want to give another 15 minutes and I'll make you dangerously confident. As you can see, close to 7 million views, 20x outlier, insane. And you can see someone actually took that proven title, used it in his own niche, and he came up with, give me 15 minutes, I'll fix your entire 20s. As you can see, insanely successful video, 600 views, 46x outlier. Now I want to mention something even more interesting is how you can use two different proven title formats and spin them into one title. Give me 15 minutes, I will make you dangerously confident, plus how to get ahead of 99% of people. When you get it into a thumbnail or title, it gets, and here is how this creator spin it and came up with this title. Give me 15 minutes, you get ahead of 98% of people. And he basically did a pretty okay video, 2.3x outlier. You can see how easily he just combined two video titles and he came up with something on his own. And finally, I want to mention something. Don't put the same text in the title and in the thumbnail. You're basically wasting characters, thumbnail or your title, where you can actually replace it with something that adds more clarity or builds more curiosity for your titles. So this is exactly how to get ahead of 99% of business owners on YouTube in 2026. So if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner making 20K or above, and you're tired of inconsistent lead flow, long sales cycles, and spending thousands on paid ads, then click the first link in the description and book a call with me. Now, here's the thing, you can have the perfect ideal avatar research, the best packaging, and the right funnel, but if your script doesn't hook viewers in the first 8 seconds and doesn't keep them watching until the end, none of this matters. That's why I created this video right here, where I break down the exact script writing framework that we use for our clients so they can generate sales calls every single month to YouTube. Click it and I'll see you there.